Hello students, welcome to this session on Independence Day. Wish you all a very happy Independence Day. Today I've just solved this JEE Main Test 88 and here is the physics analysis. This is perhaps a paper much easier than the actual JEE Main level. Only 2 are tough and that 2 might not seem tough to you. 11 were easy, 12 were medium. I think anyone decent in physics should at least get 60 marks here, and those aspiring for advanced should get 90 plus. It's a paper tool, you can say. Crack this has to be the paper where you should score the maximum. First question: angular momentum of an electron in Bohr's hydrogen atom whose energy is minus 3.4, you know that is the second level E2, and we have L is equal to NH upon 2 pi. So for second state it would be H by pi, so it's an easy one to begin with. This is option C. Next, the mean momentum of a nucleon inside a nucleus with mass number A varies as. So here what you need, the mean momentum. Now what would be the mean momentum here? So the momentum of a nucleon. So here I can only guess it out. I can say that momentum you say is h upon lambda, and lambda would be of the order of the dimensions of the nucleus r, and you know r is r naught a to the power 1 by 3. So lambda will be proportional to a to the power 1 by 3, so p will be proportional to a to the power minus 1 by 3. I'm going by this logic here only, and this is the way they have given. Third, 4 metal plates are arranged as shown in figure. The capacitance between x and y will be okay. So between x and y, so this is some another point, let's say it a point B, let's say it is M. So if I redraw it, this is C between C naught, I can write, let's say C naught is epsilon naught A by D. I redraw it, this is x, this is y, and let's say this is F6. So between x and M I have this C naught, between M and y I have this C naught, and again this will be M also because they are connected by a wire, so this will also be C naught. So this is 2 C naught. If in parallel, that would be 2 by 3, in series that would be 2 by 3 C naught, that will come out as 2 by 3 epsilon naught A by D. So we'll go for option C here. Next, the primary of a transformer has 100, secondary has 200 turns. Primary connected to AC of 120, current flowing in it is 10 as the voltage and current in the secondary. This question perhaps came yesterday in a NEET or JEE Main. So 100 to 200, primary to AC to 120, current is 10, the voltage and current in the secondary. So you say turns it's doubled, so 120 will double, that is 240, and since voltage is doubled, current will be half, so 240 volts and 5 ampere will be the answer. Next, capacitance of a capacitor made by a thin metal foil is 2 microfarad. If the foil is folded with paper of thickness 0.15 mm, okay, folded with thickness, dielectric constant of paper is 2.5 and the width of the paper is 400 millimeter. So the length of the foil will be okay. So it is made by a thin metal foil and the foil is folded with paper of thickness 0.15 mm, dielectric 2.5 and width of paper is 400 nanometer, the length of the foil required. So writing C as K times epsilon naught area is length into width upon thickness. So length comes out as CT upon K epsilon naught W. C is 2 into 10 raised to power minus 6 is given, thickness is 0.15 mm, that is 15 into 10 raised to power minus 5 I can write. K is 2.5, epsilon naught you know is 8.85 into 10 raised to power minus 12, and the width is 400 millimeter. So 400 into 10 to the power minus 3. So what it is? 6 and 5, 11. This is 12, 15 and 2 goes 13. So 11 and 13, so that would be 10 to the power 2 into 30 upon 4 into 2.5 into 8.85. 4 into 2.5 is 10, so this 0 goes. So this is basically 300 upon 8.85. So you can make it out, it would be definitely less than 40 but greater than 30, so it would be 33.9. I can make it out from this data. Next, the graph between the square of the period and the cube of the distance, you know this, t square is proportional to r cube, so it would be a direct proportionality curve, so option C would be there. Next you have two solid spheres A and B of the same material have RA/RB. Both are cooled from the same temperature under conditions valid for Newton's law of cooling. The ratio of the rate of change of temperature of A to B. So they were at same temperature, conditions were same, and Newton's law is valid. So what you have, minus d theta by dt would be equal to k times theta minus theta s. Theta is same, theta is same, so rate of cooling will depend on k, and k you know is depend on E upon ms. So because same material, E will be same, S will be same, so it depends on A by M, and A by M would be A upon volume, you can say, because density will be same. Area proportional to r square, volume proportional to r cube, so you have this proportional to 1 by r. So rate of cooling would be inverse to r, so rate of A to rate of B would be inverse, that is RB upon RA. This is the rate of cooling I have written, so that is RB upon RA. Go for option B here. Next, PV diagram of an ideal gas is depicted. The gas undergoes from state A to B such that initial and final volumes are same. Okay, like this. Select the correct alternative. Work done here won't be 0, you can treat it like C. Till A to C the work is negative like this, and from C to B volume is increasing, so this is positive work, so overall negative work will be more, so work done by the gas is going to be negative. Go for option B in this particular case. Next, you have a bead of mass m located on a parabolic wire with axis vertical vertex at origin. Equation is this: the wire frame is fixed and the bead can slide without friction. The bead is released from the point y equal to 4a on the wire frame from rest. The tangential acceleration when it reaches the position given by y equal to a is, okay, so tangential acceleration when it reaches the position given by y equal to a, that you have to find out. So because what we are given is located on a wire, so what we can take it out, first of all, at any position, let's say when y is equal to a, I can find the slope of the tangent. So what can I have? 2x dx by, it is dy by dx, so write it in terms of y is x square by 4a, so dy by dx you can directly write as 2x upon 4a, that is the slope of tangent. Okay, so let's say if I draw this would be the slope of tangent tan theta. So tan theta is 2x upon 4a, and when y is equal to a, x would be equal to 4a square, that is 2a upon 4a, you can make it out, so it is 1. So tan theta is 1, theta is 45 degree. So if you draw this, say this is an inclined thing, this is mg, so the component of mg there will produce the tangential acceleration, and theta is 45, so it would be mg by root 2 equal to ma, so that acceleration is going to be g by root 2, so no doubt in it. Go for option C for this case. So this is a question, just simple apply the tangent slope. Next, a block is dragged on a smooth horizontal plane with the help of a light rope which moves with velocity v. The horizontal velocity of the block, you know, it will move here only, so let's say this is vb. What we say, along the length their component must be same because the length of the string will remain constant, so this velocity is v, the component of this would be here would be 90 minus theta would be vb cos of 90 minus theta, that should be equal to v, so vb sin theta is equal to v, so vb is equal to v by sin theta, so here the option C will be the answer. The time period of a pendulum of length root 5 meters suspended in a car moving with uniform acceleration of 5 in horizontal string road is, so here you know the g effective will become under root g square plus a square because of horizontal acceleration, so this is 10 square plus 5 square, that is 125 root. Okay, so time period would be 2 pi root of L by G, effective L is 5 and L is 5, that is L is root 5, sorry, and G is root of 125, so it is 2 pi, I can write 5 upon 125 to the power 1 by 4, so it would be 2 pi upon root 5, I can make it out, this is option A, I will go for, this is the answer here. Next, body P floats in water with half its volume immersed, Q floats in liquid of density 3/4 of water with 2/3 of the volume immersed, the ratio of density of P to Q. So P floats with half its volume immersed, that means rho of water into Vp by 2, let's say total volume be Vp by 2 into G is equal to Mp into G. Similarly Q I can write as 3/4 of rho of water liquid density, the volume would be a 2/3, 2/3 into Vq into G, that is equal to M of Q into G, that I can write as 2. So what is I will get? I divided, so what I will get, this is 3 goes 2 and 4, so it will be 2 times Vp by Vq is equal to Mp by Mq. So density is mass upon volume, so I can say 2 is equal to rho p upon rho q, you can make it out. So the answer of density of p to q, if I have done it correct, no, I haven't done it correct because it is 1 by 2, 1 by 2, I am mistake, I forgot this 2, so it would be 1. So answer would be 1:1. I was lucky that option was not there, otherwise I would have gone for 2:1. So be careful in calculation. Next, secondary rainbow in the atmosphere is result of polarization nowhere. Brighter than primary, no. Due to the phenomena of double refraction, no. It is due to the two reflections in the raindrop, you know, that is option D. This is the secondary rainbow. Just to study this rainbow, these questions are coming in 2-3 tests now, so be careful. Your wheel of mi 2 kg meter square rotating about an axis through center perpendicular to plane with the speed. Due to friction, it comes rest in 5 minutes. The angular momentum of the wheel 3 minutes before it stops rotating. So first of all, find out alpha. Alpha would be, the change would be 60 minus 60 is the change coming in 5 minutes, that is 5 into 60. So that is 1 minus 1 by 5 radian per second square. Now 3 minutes before it stops, that means at t equal to 2 minutes you need to find. So t equal to 2 minutes, omega would be omega naught 60 minus 1 by 5 into 2. Remember, don't do it 3, it would be 120 not 180, otherwise you won't get the answer. So 60 minus 24, that would be equals to 36 radian per second. So if this is 36, L is I omega, that you can write it 36 into 2, 72 kg meter square per second. So this is the option C we can go for. Next, a common emitter amplifier, C amplifier, has a voltage gain of 50, input impedance is output impedance, the power gain would be. So it is a voltage gain, input impedance, output impedance. What we know, EV is beta RC by RB. So AV is 50, we can find current gain beta, RC by RB is given as 200 by 100. So beta comes out as 25. So power gain is voltage gain into current gain, that is 50 into 25, that comes out as 1250. So go for option C, it's an easy one, not that tough. Next, the coefficient of linear expansion of crystal in one direction is alpha 1, other 2 is alpha 2. Okay, so you can directly write gamma would then be alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus alpha 3, both are same, so alpha 1 plus 2 alpha 2. Go for option C, again a very easy one for you. Next, force acting is given by A minus x upon bt, x is in meter, t is in second dimension of b is. So the dimension of force would be, A dimension would be of x, that is x by bt. So the dimension of b you can make it out as it is x upon ft. X is length, f is ml t minus 2, and this is t. So what we will have, this was t minus 2, this will become m minus 1, ll cancel, and it will become t plus 1, I can make it out. So m minus 1, t plus 1. So go for option C in this case. Next, if a torch is used in place of a monochromatic light in Young's experiment, if a torch is used, it will be multichromatic light and fringes will appear for a moment. No, it won't appear, and plus the torch light is not coherent, so you won't see any fringes. So no fringes will appear because you need a coherent light first of all. A transverse wave is propagating on a stretched string of mass per unit length, that is mu. The tension is this, the speed of the wave, you directly remember this formula, root t by mu. T is 80, mu is 32 gram, that is 10 to the power minus 3 gram per meter. So it becomes 1 by 4 into 10 to the power 4, that is 100 by 2, that is 50. So you can directly say this is 50 meter per second. Easy one again. The block of mass m initially at x equal to 0 acted upon a force F equal to a minus bx. Okay, coefficient of friction is mu. The net work done the block is 0 if the block travels a distance of. Okay, so block travels a distance of, so we can say the work done by this force, which is a minus bx dx integration from 0 to x must be equal to the force work would be minus mu mg into dx, or that would be x, you can directly say from 0 to x. So minus I have adjusted, so magnitude must be same, so mu mg x must be equal to ax minus bx square by 2. This is a quadratic, so bx square by 2 plus mu mg minus a times x is equal to 0. Okay, that's far easier, cancel x directly, no need to go like that, x goes. So what we are left with, bx by 2 is equal to a minus mu mg. So x would be equal to 2 by b times a minus mu mg, that is what I am getting. So as per the option, this will be C. Next, The mass of a pendulum bob is 2 kg and length is L. It displays through 90 from the vertical and release. What minimum tension should the string should be able to withstand so it doesn't break? Maximum tension occurs at the lowest point, so it should be able to sustain it at the lowest point. So first of all, at the lowest point, velocity you can directly say is root 2 GL from energy conservation. This is T, this is mg. So T minus mg, force towards center, is mv square by L. So mv square you put it, it comes out as 2 mg. So T should be 3 mg at least. 3 mg means 3 into 2, and I take G as 10 or 9.8. if I am taking as 10, it will be 60. Next, professor reads a greeting card received on his 50th birthday with a 2.5D positive glasses, keeping the card 25 cm away. 10 years later, he reads his farewell letter with the same glasses, but he has to keep the letter 50 cm away. What should be the power of the lens now so that he can keep the letter at the same distance as 10? So first of all, in the first case, let's say it's what we can say, it's a near point. I can find out by the logic that 1 by v, that let's say be the near point, minus 1 upon minus 25 is equal to 1 upon 2.5. D is the power, so I can directly write it as 2.5, but it is in diopters, so it is in SI unit, so I should write it as 0.25, or I converted that would be better for me. That is we are more familiar with. So power 2.5 means there is 100 by F, so it is 100 by 2.5, that is 1 by 40 I can write. So what with this 1 by v was 1 by 40 minus 1 by 25, so it was 40 and 25. What we will write it as this is 200, so this is 5 minus 8, so v is minus 200 by 3. That was its near point. I can make it out 200 by 3 centimeters. Now 10 years later, his farewell letter with the same glasses has to be kept at 50 centimeter away. So the new now new will be minus 1 upon minus 50 would be equal to 1 by 40. So the new near point is 1 by 40. It would be minus 1 by 50. Again the LCM is 200, but now it would be minus 1. It would be not minus 1, it would be plus 1, sorry. Yes, it would be plus 1, I can make it out. If I am right, yes, it would be plus 1 with the same glasses, so that v dash is coming now as 200 centimeters. So if I have to keep at the same distance, what should we have? 1 upon v dash minus 1 upon minus 25 would be equal to 1 upon the f dash, the new lens focal length. So that would be 1 upon 200, and that becomes 1 by 25, that is equal to 1 by f dash. So that f dash thing will come out as 200, and because that is the LCM, and that would be 8 plus 1, 9. So that is f dash in centimeters. So power required would be 100 upon f, that is 200 into 9, that is 4.5 diopters. That is what we are needed. The power is 4.5 diopters would be needed here. Though they have made a question, but I still doubt this positive 200 is not making sense to me, though the answer is coming. Next, the magnetic field at the center of a current carrying loop of radius 0.1 meter is 5 root 5 times at a point along its axis. What is the distance from the center? So at the center, the field is mu naught I by 2r, and this is 5 root 5 times at an axial point. Axial point you say is mu naught I r square upon 2 r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. So if I solve it, this mu naught I should write the same I 2 goes. So what we can write, r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2 is 5 root 5 r cube, and I can write it as 5 r square to the power 3 by 2. That would be the better thing to write for me. So now it's easy to compare for you. Just compare it, r square plus x square is 5r square. So x comes out as 2r from this calculation. 2r means that is 0.2 meters. I can write. Now the last second. If the nucleus aluminum has this radius, then what would be the value of radius of this? So here the first question we used, r is proportional to a to the power 1 by 3. So 3.6 upon r would be 27 upon 125 to the power 1 by 3 perfect cubes. This is 3 by 5, 3.6 by r. So r goes as 3.6 into 5 by 3. This is 1.2 into 5, that is 6. So it is 6 femtometer you can go for. Next. Monochromatic light of frequency, this is produced by a laser. Okay, power emitted is this, the number of photons emitted. So what we say, power is n number of photons into energy of single photon. So number of photon is power upon energy of photon. Power is 2 in 10 ki power minus 3. Energy of photon would be, 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 into 6.0 into 10 raised to power 14. So what we are left with, 34 and 14, this is minus 20, that goes 10 to the power 17 into 2, and 6.63 into 6, that is what you are getting. So if I do this is 200 into 10 raised to power 15, and if I do this, 6 3s are 18, and this is 37 and 3 39.78. So it is approximately 5 point something into 10 to the power 15. So approximate, if you will have to do this, is 5 into 10 to the power 15 that I'll go for. So this was today's paper. I think that was not a tough one, and happy Independence Day once again to you.